Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to New Forest Morphs this Thursday afternoon. Jad and I are together in the facility. Jad took care of most of the cleaning today. I've got to finish off later tonight. But we thought we'd give you a little video because Jad doesn't come in on the Fridays. And we thought we'd have a look at clutch 4 and clutch 6 and 15 to see how they're doing. Now this was Bellissimo, our Italian snake. He's not really Italian, but he's just got a lovely name. And he is basically a pastel leopard orange dream yellow belly het clown boy, and we put him to Bubbles, who is an Enchi lesser clown. And let's have a look at what we've produced here, Joe. We've got two snakes here that we've got to identify and we've got to sex, and I think we can weigh them as well. But look how beautiful that snake is, Jared. Isn't it lovely? Mm-hmm. So you can see, well, there's definitely Enchi in this and leopard.
Enchi leopard, OD yellow belly.
OD yellow belly. We think there's OD and yellow belly because if you look at the sides, you'll see the yellow belly flaming coming up, and with the orange dream basically enhances the colours, and you can see the deeper oranges in there.
And the head stamp as well.
Yeah, they're feeding really well. I'm guessing these are close to 200 grams, Jared.
Yeah, they feed really well.
Yeah, and we haven't sexed them yet, so I think what we'll do is we will sex them.
Oh, definitely not.
Don't think you've sexed
That's
them
a
yet,
female.
Jared. Is it a female?
Mm-hmm.
So he has sexed them. So this
and
is
this
a
one's
female,
a male.
and we've got a male. So I think the female is going to be a holdback.
For sure.
And I think that's a beautiful holdback, Jared. She is going into shed, so I think what we'll do...
She's just come out of shed.
Has she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I looked under there and thought, okay, well, that's lovely. Isn't she
I think
pretty?
that's part of the yellow belly, the dots.
Okay. Yep, fair enough. You can see the flaming on the sides there. Beautiful animal. So she will be a lovely girl to hold back, because what we can produce with her is we've got Enchi yellow belly, orange dream, and yellow belly and leopard in there. So that's a really powerful, and with the Enchi.
All het for clown.
All het for clown. So we're going to have to put something decent to her. Definitely a clown.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you put? Would you consider putting the clown pied boy to her?
Yeah, either that or sticking a gravel clown.
So the gravel clown will give you the highway.
Yeah.
This is
the potential. He's got yellow belly. But you could do a clown pied as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll just keep building her, and obviously it'll be a couple of years down the line, but you can see the exciting side of this hobby is when you produce beautiful offspring like this, you've got a lot of potential going forwards, and she is weighing and looking really good. I don't think she can't be a super Enchi because there's only one Enchi in the pairing.
No, the super Enchi looks really different.
Yeah, we could compare it with the super Enchi. If you grab some water, Jared, we'll top up the water and just compare it with the super Enchi. So you can see the difference between Enchi and super Enchi.
And also you see the colour differences as well with the OD and the yellow belly.
So we've got a super Enchi, another girl. We've got less with the girl here, and if she likes to be under the paper,
I call her the anaconda.
The anaconda.
Because of the dots.
So put her alongside Jared and just see the difference.
So you can see how much more orange this one is.
Yeah. So the yellow belly and orange dream brighten up the whole snake. But the Enchi, for me, produces a much thinner head stamp with the leopard. They're both carrying leopard.
Yep.
So it's quite a good comparison. They both seem to be weighing similar amounts, Jared. Both beautiful animals, really.
Yeah, the biggest difference is if I show you on the side of this snake, the blushing, and then on this one, see how orange that is.
Yeah, look at the orange on the head's pattern as well. If you look at the side of the head pattern there, you can see the oranges on the side. I mean, I didn't notice it until you picked it up, Joe. Just look at the oranges on the side pattern.
Yeah.
So, beautiful. And we were lucky to get two girls as well. So, they're both gorgeous snakes and worthy holdbacks. So, I'm looking forward to breeding with them now. Let's just have a comparison of the head stamps to see the difference between the Enchi head stamp, and that one's long and thin, that one's chunkier and oranger. And are they both carrying... There's not pastel.
They're both Enchi. No pastel in either.
No pastel in either.
This one's pastel.
Right, we're going to move on to the third now, which is pastel. But this one could be holding cryptic. And I had a person that commented on our last video that was questioning whether or not there's any cryptic in this clutch, and looking at that, that could be the cryptic or krypton, because there's a het clown as well. The markings show a very wide head stamp, so that could be. And in the clutch, not everything could be krypton, because if the girl is carrying cryptic and she's het for cryptic, maybe only half of the hatchlings actually receive the cryptic. So the animal that we were shown on the video, which doesn't appear, we said it was possible cryptic, may not have cryptic. In other words, everything in the clutch doesn't need to show itself and manifest itself, so it may well be that we'll have to shed test that to really find out what's going on, Jared.
Yeah.
So
the actual girl might not even have cryptic.
Yeah,
it's just
and
a
I think
possibility.
the only way to find out, I think, is to do a shed test or to breed. So this is the third snake, Jared. Now tell me what you think's the difference with this one here and what's going on.
It's got a pastel in it.
Yeah.
I think that's the main difference, and no NG.
Yeah, and look what the pastel does. It brings the alien heads much tighter. The leopard pattern stays funky, doesn't it, with the pastel? And the head stamp is got
colours,
that paste on the head stamp.
Like someone's taking a rubber.
Do you think there's any yellow belly orange dream in that one?
Yeah, I think it's got yellow belly in it. And maybe OD, but there's no NG.
So possible OD. And you can see, if you look underneath, yellow belly normally has the yellow belly underneath the belly. If you look carefully, and you can see there's
All these
yellow
dots.
belly down the side. Yeah.
And the flaming on the sides.
Yeah, it does look to me as though we possibly have got some yellow belly or orange dream in there. And just look at the crazy flames on that. You see the flames? So towering flames coming down there. So the alien heads are really coming down. That's amazing. Really funky. And you can see the same on this side. See the flames coming up? Beautiful. Really beautiful. So I think we'll put these back and then we'll move on to the next clutch.
There was one more baby that we hit that was the full gene animal,
Yes.
but it had neurological issues and we had to get it euthanized,
It was a
unfortunately.
visual clown, wasn't it? It's such a
It was
shame.
beautiful.
Honestly, it was a beautiful looking animal, but it, like you said, it wasn't able to feed, and therefore we had to take care of it. But this is part of the hobby. It's hard, but this is what you're having to face in breeding so many animals. So I'll put these back, Jared, and then we'll get out clutch number 6. I think will be the next one. So, Jared, have you got clutch number 6? So,
There's a few of them.
we've got them over here.
These two.
Let's pull these ones out. There's those two, and I think there's 1 or 2 over here as well.
These two are the main ones that are
Yeah.
the prettiest.
Just try and remind ourselves as to who the parents were on these.
So the vanilla het clown called Suzuki,
Yep.
to a pastel lesser leopard enchi clown called Hercules.
And we had 3 good eggs and 3 slugs out of this one here. So that's what we had for clutch 6. Let's have a look at these 2 babies.
We didn't hit a single visual clown from it.
I know, we were very unlucky with the odds here, but look how pretty these are. And they are pounding food as well. So my question for you, Jared, is what do you think's going on with this one here?
I'm seeing lesser.
Lesser? Leopard?
I think so, yeah.
Is there anything else going on in there? Vanilla maybe?
I'm not too good with IDing vanilla, so I'm not sure.
Okay. We can compare
This
it
one
with
I
this
think
one.
does have vanilla. This one's a lesser leopard with vanilla, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of genes involved.
So I think in here, lesser leopard.
For sure.
I think vanilla, when you look at the tones in there, I think
Yeah, the
vanilla.
yellows in it.
The yellows that are in there look very vanilla-y to me. Lesser's definitely in there because you can see the white fade coming down. See the white fade at the bottom?
Is there
So,
pastel?
Lesser. Pastel. Could be
Look at
pastel.
the head. The head's got a bit of rubbing on it.
Yeah.
What are the eyes like? Are they green?
Green eyes.
So it's probably pastel. So
Probably
it's a pastel, lesser leopard, het clown.
Yep.
Was vanilla?
Looking at the boy, I think that's what we're looking at. Enchi is in the mix. The question is,
Neither of them have got
I don't think Enchi is in here because the Enchi head stamp would be a lot more prevalent unless the vanilla's overriding. But I don't think we hit any Enchis in this clutch from the boy. But I think the vanilla is pretty strong in there, and the Leopard lesser, Pastel. And these are 100% hit for clown. But we haven't sexed them yet, Jared. They weigh about 180 grams.
This one wants to buy it. Can you see it?
Are you going to sex it then, Jared?
So that one's definitely, I think maybe the difference is the pastel.
I'm going to try and compare the two now. So if we put them side by side, Jared, and then if you video them, that one's going into shed, by the way, the one you just picked up. I think he's getting browner tones. So they both got Leopard. They're both lesser, are they?
It's turning its head on me.
Let me take it, Jared. So
I think they're both lesser.
Both lesser, both Leopard.
A bit closer to
this one is Pastel.
Yeah, I think this one's got pastel in it.
This
and
one,
vanilla.
this one doesn't.
And that one doesn't have either.
And I think
that's the difference.
I don't think that's just a leopard lesser though, Jared. There's something else going on here.
Maybe vanilla without pastel.
Could be vanilla.
The best thing to do is for us to go onto Morph Market and look up other people's that they've created and see what we can find most similar.
Look at that wavy
Definitely,
pattern.
definitely lesser.
Look at the wavy pattern underneath that. It's crazy.
It's cool, isn't it?
Look at that, beautiful, beautiful patterns there. See the patterns on that one. It's very, what's the word?
Wacky.
Wacky. It's
the leopard, isn't it?
This is an incredible wacky pattern going on here. I'm trying to work out what else could be going on in here, Jared, but look how wacky that is.
If I was to take a guess, I would say lesser, leopard and vanilla.
Yeah.
In the mix, that would be my guess, because I don't see pastel, I don't see enchi.
It's got some dark tones on its dorsal, if you look carefully, the dark tones. So there's no Mojave in there.
No, no Mojave.
I'm just baffled by it, but it's very pretty.
Yeah.
But we're very blessed to have two very pretty snakes. Now we can contrast these with Olympia, who comes from clutch 2, who's very similar to this, but she's carrying different genetics. So what I'm going to do is, Jared, I'm going to just bring out Olympia to make a comparison. I'll just put her down here if you like, and then you can have a good look at her. She's got another beautiful wacky pattern as well.
Yeah, that leopard really brings it out.
I think we should try and sex them to see what we've got in case we decide to make them available. So here we've got the same father, but we've got Olympia and we've got Forest.
Careful, you get bitten by that one.
Normally
Normally we'll feed them around this time, so they...
She is absolutely fired up to go, this girl, I tell you. They're all going into shed, but let's just smooth them across a bit, Jared. Let's just take them across. So this is the girl that's, I think, is very, very pretty, Olympia.
Yeah, the Olympia
doing
and this one are very similar.
Isn't she looking beautiful though?
But she's got enchi.
So the enchi and the leopard and the lesser working together.
You see in the head stamp,
create the
also
head
the
stamp
banding.
And the banding. So the enchi's making that banding.
So
that makes sense.
Whereas, so I think these two are the same, but this one hasn't got enchi, and this one has.
Yeah.
Because we've got that as an enchi lesser leopard het clown.
But this one probably
vanilla.
hasn't got vanilla. This one might have vanilla. I think this one's likely to have vanilla, Jared, but there's not that many differences. If you bring it out and have a look at the two, she's smelling food, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think both of them are really beautiful, but maybe if I can just compare the two now, and I think you can see what the vanilla does. Look at the banding on the cheeks of that one there, Jared. Have you seen her banding? How pretty she is.
Yeah, she's definitely got something different. I think they've both got one different gene each.
Yeah.
And I think this one's vanilla and this one's enchi.
I'd like to come in and pick her up, Jared. Do you think it's safe to go in?
Probably going to get bitten.
Yeah.
Because we can't get behind her.
She is in defence mode.
It's just up to you.
But they've got the lesser and the leopard. The Not too dissimilar as far as going forward. They look very similar to me, and beautiful animals though, but I think the vanilla is coming into its own. Very, very nice.
And these two are quite similar.
Yeah, yeah, you can see that one better now. This one, Jared, is the Leopard Lesser. What do you think is going on there?
A Pastel Leopard Lesser, this one. The difference between the two is this one's got pastel and the other one hasn't. You can see in the head.
Yeah.
And the eyes. And then if we move here and put them next to each other,
Yeah.
you can see the difference there. Same genes, but this one's got pastel.
Interesting. We don't get them too mixed up, Jared. And they're all doing ever so well. And look at these two here, how pretty these two are together. Beautiful little noodles. I'm loving what vanilla does though, Jared. I think the vanilla just takes it to the next level.
Yeah. This one here, I think has got to be one of my favourites.
I'm wondering whether it has got inchy, this one, because look at the mark, look at the head stamps. This has got inchy, but look how similar they are.
You can tell it hasn't though.
You sure?
There's no banding. You can see the dots of the alien head. There's no dots on.
Do you think it's the vanilla that's doing that?
Vanilla, yeah. There's no, and also the head stamp as well. Very different.
Look at the size of the cheeks as well. I think vanilla's got a much bigger banding. They're all het for clown, so I think the clown versions are going to be beautiful.
These ones are double het. The other two.
And this is double DG clown.
Possible cryptic as well.
Possible cryptic. So you could actually have the brightening effect of the DG influence. You see that on the sides. See the whites. And this one doesn't have the white so much. It is lesser, but can you see that the alien heads are different? So, right, let's put them back then, Jared.
That goes in there.
That one's in there. And have we sexed these ones? These ones here, Jared?
This one's a female.
That's a female.
And that one's a male.
And that's a male. Are we keeping both or already being made available, do you think?
I think we keep the female for sure.
Yeah.
The male we've got down to keep, but I mean, we might thin out and...
Yeah, that might become available, so I think we just have to make a decision. It is pretty. That one might be available, Jared.
Yeah. Because
we got some of the genetics of the females, so it might make sense.
And we usually use visual male clones.
Yeah. I don't know whether this girl's gonna let us, or boy's gonna let us sex it or not, but it does need a little bit more handling. Should we do a little switch?
Take that. There you go, Jared. If I can just make sure it knows I'm not going to eat it.
It'd be interesting to sex these two.
That's a girl, I believe. Yeah, no hemipenes coming out.
Okay, that's good.
So female, so probably keep that.
Yeah.
And this one.
They've had lots and lots of meals feeding every week. Rat fluffs. You can see that they're progressing really well.
It's a boy, so probably for sale.
This one might be for sale.
That's funny, both the dark ones are boys, both the light ones are girls.
Yeah, okay. So I think this one would be made available then, Jared. So if anyone's interested in picking up this beautiful boy, do hit us up.
And once we figure out what it is, we'll put it on Morph Market.
Yeah, we'll take pictures and get it on there. This one we're going to keep. This one we're going to keep, the two lighter ones. This one is a boy, and that one is het for DG, is it, Jared?
Yeah, it's double het.
Possibly cryptic as well. That one I think, Jared, could be available as well. So there's 2 out of the 4 here that will be available. So do hit us up if you're interested. How much time we got left on the video, Jared?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So I wanted to show you one other clutch before we wrap it up, and that'll be clutch number 15, which is the
pastel triple hets.
So these are pastel triple hets for the Holy Grail: clown, lavender, and pied. So we'll just slip these back, Jared. I'll take clutch numbers 2, and if you can do the other clutches for me, that would be lovely. Be brave this time of night, because this is normally feed them. This is Achilles boy. So he's the visual representation on the pied in the Holy Grail.
He's a pastel pied double het lavender clown.
Looking gorgeous, Jared. Looking gorgeous. You see he's getting some marks on his tail, black dots. They develop those over time, don't they, Jared? So that's really lovely.
I love how the pattern's so different. Like some really is really dark, some's really light, really orange, really brown. It's a mixture. And then everything else is a pastel triple het.
Yeah, so we've got 7 snakes in total. So that one we're keeping. But I'll put out some of the boys. Let's have a look. Oh, this one wants to feed. Let's just pull this one out. It's done a little poo at the back there, so we have to. So you can see this is a triple het, and again we haven't sexed, Jared, but they just want to feed, don't they? You can see that they want to feed. And this one here is doing really well.
They are all very pretty. I think the het influences are coming out.
Yeah, so I think the het lavender brightens things up, het clown brightens things up, and then you've got the het pied as well. That one just wants to eat.
Yeah, this one's.
So they've both had about 7 or 8 meals each, Jared. So I think what we'll do is we'll sex these up, and we'll obviously keep
Not
back.
touching that one right now.
We will need to keep some of the triple hets back for our project, but with 7 animals, there could be 3 or 4 of these made available.
Yeah, there'll be some boys.
So this one's a big one as well. I mean, they're all, the clutch itself is doing really well.
Yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 that are struggling a bit, as in taking a bit longer to feed.
Yeah. So, just trying to think. You know, we said they were.
Everything will be pastel because it was super pastel.
So they're not triple hets then, Jared. Clutch 15 is double het. Pastel Dream. Oh no, they're Het Dreamical. Sorry, they are.
Het Dreamsicle.
I saw
Het
Het Dream.
Dream.
I forgot that
Yeah,
Dreamsicle is 2. I thought I saw 2, but I understand why they're. Sorry,
These aren't from the clutch.
it's different clutch. That's clutch 15.
Maybe they're not all super pastel.
So
what was the pairing?
The pairing was clutch 15.
Oh, it's not super pastel.
It
Never
was,
mind, I'm wrong.
Yeah, there was only 1 pastel.
Yeah.
So,
So these 2 are normals triple hets. These 2 are pastel triple hets.
pastel triple hets. Okay, and they're all chunky.
Some of these ones are chill. I might sex them quickly.
They're going into shed at the moment, but so you've got a triple het there.
I think it's a girl.
Okay.
You can really see the pied influence there.
Yeah. Nice. We don't really know how much triple hets go for, Jared, but we'll need to look at that. But it's going to be in the hundreds rather than thousands, that's for sure.
I can't get a proper grip on that one. I think.
Oh, lovely.
Glad that missed me. Yeah, not
You
nice.
can't call that one piddler. You can see why.
They fed a couple of days ago, so
You see why.
not the right time
You
for
see
it.
why I delegate. You
Well,
see
you
why.
can't even pop.
You see why I delegate them.
You don't know how to do it.
Delegate them. I can do it,
Show
Joe,
me.
but
Show me.
not after that.
Show me how to do
Not
it.
with that one like that. No, I can do it, but I'm not as good. I'm not as good as you, Joe. But
No, I know.
Yeah, but it's.
I'm
just-
going to do it when they're empty and not got a meal.
I
in
think
them,
you're
because-
right. I think you're right. But it just goes to show that there's this other clutch that we've got here, which are very valuable to us and powerful.
There'll be some boys, I'm sure.
We'll work it all out. We'll let them shed out, and then what we'll do is we'll actually make them available on Morph Market. I think once they're all looking good. But they have got fantastic feeding instincts, and the father's very good at feeding, isn't he? So
Yeah.
we'll just put that one in there. Maybe just top up her water. Fill it up, Chad. But I think
Just knocked it over.
a nice healthy clutch, and they're all doing well.
There will definitely be some triple hits.
I think we'll just replace that. It looks as though she's done a bit of a top up some fresh water on that one. That's lovely. So I think that just about does it on the hatchling side, Jared. Is there anything you wanted to discuss on? We're at that point where we are acquiring and buying new snakes for the project. Can you see in your future projects, Jared, where you'd like, and are there any gaps in your breeding plans that you would like to look at, focus on, get any new? Because this is the time before it gets too cold. My recommendation would be buy your snakes in September, October, before it gets too cold. And there is a reason for that, Jared. What's the main rationale for buying in before the winter?
It means I don't have to travel in the cold.
Yeah, I mean, we use Ridgeway, and they've got heated trucks, which makes life easier if it's just local UK stuff. But obviously international, got to be careful, particularly when it's taking a long journey to come here. But I think Jared and I are going through Morph Market to see whether we can source. We're still looking for a mahogany pied boy. I think it would be useful to have that for our projects. We're still looking for some more females for our clown pied boy. So we'll probably be looking for either visual clowns that are het for pied or visual pies that are het for clown. I think your girl shed out, which is Calypso, but she took a long time shedding out, and she hasn't really gone back onto food since that clutch. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get her up to reconditioned state, but she would have been the natural female to go to your boy Jad, but we don't, if she's not going to be available this year, she might have to be ready for next year. So I think it's important that we do find another female for you on that project. Are there any other animals you can think of, Jad, that we need to really consider getting into the facility, that you feel strongly that there's a gap in our genetics?
Not really off the top of my head. I mean, I quite like GHI stuff as well, and we haven't really got any of that. But
yeah, it's funny you should say that, but I've been looking at GHI stuff. Now, GHI is gotta have it. That's what it stands for, and we haven't got it, so we need to get it. Perhaps we'll do some more research and then give you our views on that. But this is the time to think about bringing in some quality genetics over the next few months, guys, and you'll find it to be a blessing to you later on the next season and the following season. But if you make a decision now, your collection will be blessed in 12 months to 2 years time. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you, Jared, for your help and support. Hope you enjoyed the 3 hatchlings that we've done, and we shall see you next time. Bye for now.